Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful week with us on Live with Lloyd. I am your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. I have an amazing surprise for you today. This distinguished gentleman you're about to meet, Danny Queen, I've been knowing since the early 1990s, believe it or not. He is a poet extraordinaire. When I say it, I mean, how he put words together is the most amazing thing. And we're going to be talking about it because he's written a book that I think is going to fascinate every single one of the viewers tonight in this program. But anyway, let me get to some of the basics here. Okay, let's see. All right, everybody, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. This is going to be a great show, a great week. I'm going to have some interesting guests coming up, some brand new, like the guests I'm having right after this moment. But first of all, I need to let you know that today's show is sponsored by the Circle of the Traveling Spread, or STS. Go to stshealing.com. That's stshealing.com. And to sign on for the wonderful event that's going to be taking place in New Orleans the week of August the 17th through the 20th. Okay, so time is running out. I know we like to wait till the last minute. I'm one myself, but this is something that can be. So please take advantage of this. This event is August the 17th through the 20th. Okay, and so please please go to stshealing.com, stshealing.com. And before we bring on our guests, let me tell you about today's cosmic forecast, where the joy of numerology is the joy of learning and enlightenment. So please like, share, and subscribe. I'm finally getting the hang of this. Evidently, this thing they call the algorithms. So I don't even know yet what the algorithms do. I'm just finding out as I go, because my focus is about trying to raise your awareness, bring you some interesting guests and whatnot. But anyway, today is Monday. It's the 12th of June. The sun is in Gemini. The moon is in Aries. It's a 4 universal month. It's a 6 universal week. It's a 7 universal day. So if you're Pisces, Cancer, and I knew I left out something, that's Sagittarius. Yes, today is your day too. And if you're born on the 3rd or the 7th, the 12th, the 16th, the 21st, the 25th, or the 30th of the month, this is your day. I'm going to bring the gentleman on. He wrote this distinguished book. It's called Love in Full Circle. I told Danny I've never seen a book like this ever. I think when he demonstrates and and by the way, we're going to be reading the signs, but we're going to be reading couples. So I know, for example, we got the Williams family, Stephen and Carol in Chicago. If they give their birthdays, what he's done is absolutely amazing. He has taken a zodiac sign, compared it to Aries, from Aries all the way to Pisces, then from Taurus to Taurus, then Taurus all the way through Pisces. He did 144 combinations. So without further ado, I want to bring Danny on. Danny, how you doing, buddy? Ho. I got you. Now, I can hear you. How you doing, Danny?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
I hear you very, very well. You know, we go back a few decades, you know.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, and you've always, when I met you, you were in the poetry. But the thing is, your gifts with words were simply amazing. Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
How did you know, people will look at this book and it looks so simplistic, but this took you literally years to write this book.
Yes, Lord, it did. 23 years and some change. And I got started. I had other books out, other poetry books out, and I used to go to Walden Books back in the day and do book signings. So it was a challenge to me. So I had done the 12. I did Aries through Pisces, and I would have them on the table in front of the store, and people would always see them. And they would ask me about, my husband's a Capricorn, and my wife's a Taurus, and my cousin's a Virgo, and relationships, all kinds of relationships. People would always ask me, and I would always tell them. So I said to myself, if I can stand here in front of the store and tell people about this, because I've done some research, I should be able to write about the combinations. And that's how I got started.
Yeah, well, I tell you this, you did a banging job, because what happens in um, this almost 160 something page book,
Mhm.
what you've done is you've actually started with Aries, you read
Mhm.
that poetically, and then you
Mhm.
went from Aries to Aries, Aries to Taurus.
Yes.
Um,
And the interesting thing that the whole book, Lord, is in poetic form.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
why I was saying that, like, you should write this book, because I've never ever seen a book like this. Never,
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. You always
Anywhere.
told me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I try to be consistent when I see something that's original. But this is the book here. This is an excellent, excellent book. Everybody should have this book if you want to compare your sun sign or whatever the case is, signs like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to give people a demonstration of it. Now, let me ask you this: you've been doing poetry like
Um,
forever. Am I
yeah.
correct?
Years. And let me say this also about the book quickly, is that this book is solely based on the sun signs. I mean, that you, as you know, there are many other aspects, but as a poet, I didn't want to make things too complicated so that the average person would read and say, not understand. And so I wanted to keep it simple in the sense that I just wanted to deal with the sun signs, and that's what
Yeah,
that's.
but what made it interesting, you wrote it in a prose, a poetic prose that's, and I mean, I got boatload of books in my house. I've never seen anything that even comes close to this. So what we're
Wow.
going to do, we're going to be picking out couples, individuals. Yes. So what we'll do is I got all the signs listed from Aries to Pisces.
Hmm.
So we'll check those off. But when we see couples, whether
Okay.
boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, frenemies, whatever the case is, I
Hmm.
want you to indulge and begin to read them. All right.
Okay.
Um, because this is going to be fun. And so what happens is, with those with just a sign, what I'll
Mhm.
do is I'll read their numbers, okay? And I
Okay.
can start at the top. Somebody already said, "Hi, poet Danny Queen," which you are known for.
Yes.
Okay. Now, a person called, her name is Deborah. How is it possible to get a general reading about my life? Yes, but if you notice, dear, you didn't include your birthday. So I can't do it that way. I could do your name, but that's not the same as if I actually had your birthday information. And Melanated Brown says, "Salute to you, Danny Queen." And let's see. We're gonna have, okay, my moderator is in the house. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with this person here. Their date of birth is 8/8/66. So what you do, Danny, if you can take your book and read what you wrote for the poem for now, we're gonna try to deal with all the 12 signs. So not just this Leo, she's a different one. So while you're getting that out, let me tell Fly Girl, you are a Leo 8 person, which means you're fire and earth, passionate and practical, proactive and down to earth. A little misunderstood, but for the most part, this particular year for you, you're in a 5 personal year. Some would say you're in a 4. Got to wait till August to get to the 5 personal year, but this is a year. If you're in a 4, it's about laying the foundation. But if you're in a 5 personal year, which I feel you are, it's about making some needed and important changes in your life. And so what happens is your key numbers are the 8, the 1, and the 4, while Saturday and Sunday and then Monday are your 3 best days. Now, can you read about Leo in general? This is
Yeah.
not a comparison. I'm going to wait till we get some couples, then we'll compare them. But what do you say for Leos? Read what you say for
Le-
Leo.
Leo the Lion, uh, July 23rd to August 22nd. Though you like play acting and games of fun and play, uh, though you like play acting and games of fun and play, you love being special in a very special way. It's easy for you to be the life of the party because you like fun, loving, and spirit and being hearty. But you dislike being relegated to less than center stage. So when neglected or ignored, you go into a dramatic rage. Yet your generous hospitality and unselfish sacrifice can make you the sunshine of everybody's life. And despite what you want and all that you don't need, you know how to spend money like it grows on trees. Compliments to you might all be for goodness sake, but to be accepting at face value can be a big mistake. With a get the gap and a strong will to entice, you are honest, loyal, and though you love to give advice, and you are and you are um, as you are. I'm trying to see here. Uh, as you would defend the mate or the next of kin, you would go all out for the love of a friend. But silence demands with a fantasy tale foundation all come from temperature tantrums and great expectations. For when you are at one with the heart, one with your heart, soul, and mind, your gift of spirit is the gift of the high on sunshine.
All righty, good, good. So that is it for Leos. And what we'll do is we'll take a turn. I'll read one too if you want. Uh,
Yes,
this is it for Fly Girl.
yeah,
Yes,
this,
I'll just say
this,
Danny.
yeah, this is new for me too, Lord, because I've never done this. So, yeah, but it's beautiful and it's very unique. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Now this is Deborah Nuthall. She
Hmm.
is July the 6th. Now she's not bringing anybody else. So
Okay,
I'm going to try to copy you a second. She's a Cancer, and
okay.
I'm going to see what you say for Cancers, because what you do before you get in comparing, and this is how it looks. So when you get to your Cancer section, it'll look like this, and then it'll go into what Cancers are. So this is what you say for Cancer the Crab, June the 21st through the 32nd. You have a kind, loving heart that's second to none, and you would never go out of your way to hurt anyone. When you give of yourself, you give of your good name. So love, sex, and marriage for you is one and the same. You are sensitive to need, but moody and crabby as well. Though when hurt to your heart, you retreat to your shell. Whenever and however you do what you do, some people pour their hearts out to you. From the maternal matron, from the dark side of the moon, the love light of the world, morning, night, and noon. No matter what you have or haven't got, family ties to you always mean a lot. You never forgive or forget ever in life, when minor insults can cut like a knife. To have
Mm,
a balanced view of what you feel inside, your innermost thoughts just cannot be denied. For without a sense of security and love, push will always come to shove. But as long as you feel safe and sound, no matter of the heart, make the world go round. So that is it for Cancers, and you are a Cancer 6 person. So
uh,
that means your key numbers are the 6. So you're Earth sign with a water number, so that makes it very nice. Danny, did what you want to say, buddy?
no, no, I'm just listening. Yes, Cancer, of course, is my opposite, being the Capricorn.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know, I know.
Father Time and Mother Earth. Yeah.
Oh, let me ask you this: when you read these things, how do people how do people perceive them? Because I know you've been selling boatload of books recently since the book came out.
Well, people are amazed.
I
What
am
people
too.
and they will ask me things. Well, how do you know this? Well, I just spend my time and discipline myself to do this. And people say, well, you're an astrologist, a numerologist. No, I'm basically a poet. But I've spent a lot of years in the research because it took a lot of research, a lot of discipline. Not so much discipline because it's something I love to do, but it was a challenge to me in the beginning, and that's why I struck out to do this because it was something very different for a poet to do, and it was, people say it's unusual, but it was a challenge, and I just took on the challenge, and I worked on it for years. Other books in between, and a number of books in between, hundreds of poems in between all of this, but I got to the end. It was just amazing.
I know you read poems. You have sent me poems about just any subject or matter in the news, in the community, in the world. It's just, and I'm just fascinated about how in the world do you do this?
Well, recently, we lost Tina Turner. So the day after she passed, I started doing some research because I wanted to do a tribute to her and her great contribution as
Now
well.
we have a couple here. Okay, this is
Okay.
our first couple. It is uh Vis- Vasiki Palmer, and her husband is Kimio Dixon. Now she is an Aquarius, and he is a Sagittarius.
Oh,
Are
Aquarius.
we compatible? So while he's looking that up, I'll say this: Yes, to a degree, because first of all, you are air, he is fire. These are elements that complement one another, Miss Palmer. Not only that, but then your key numbers are the 3, 4, and 1, and his numbers are the 9, 3, and 6. So you'll have three as a common denominator, which means you may have met on a Thursday, got engaged on a Thursday, and somewhere in and around about late February into March or late November into December, or maybe got married on a date or in a year like 2010, which would be a 3, for example, or on a date such as the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of the month. Because when I look at couples like you, where you put them in poetic form, Danny, what I do is I try to see what numbers do they share in common. And
Mhm.
oftentimes there is a match. If you ask Brother Dixon, the husband, like, okay, when did you meet her? He'll probably say, I don't know, but she'll probably say, honey, we met on Thursday, or we went out on our first date on a Thursday, or something of that nature. But so what do you say with this couple here, an Aquarius with a Sagittarius?
As best friends and lovers for life, from sacred soul horizons within, the gift of loving and of forgiving and forgetting will carry you both through thick and thin. And this hothead, airhead affair, what they share is it is forever fresh and new, with a deep connection to the world of love and understanding made just for two. The scales of love lead. Sag loves to the scales of love loves to lead, and Sag loves seeking every aspiration under the sun. Despite Libra's indecisive neutrality, they can see good in everyone. One sees two sides of any and every question, dispute, or every situation. The other dwells in the house of the higher mind and tantalizing temptation. As the cloud on one another's rainbow, they push when push comes to shove, the archer can counterbalance Libra's equilibrium for life through love. Libra leads on the behalf of good causes, fair play, and diplomacy. Sag is diplomatic, open, honest, fair-minded, and kind, and spirit-free. From Sag, Libra learns to care less, could care less of what others people think or say. Though brutally honest, Sag learns from Libra things in a more balanced way. Hothead, Hotheads and airheads know how to light one another's love and spark. One entices with exotic charm. The other knows knows how to talk that talk. For Libra, love is all. Love is their all in all. To the archer, love is a live wire, a mutual, uh, a mutual, uh, a mutual maternity, matrimony. I'm sorry, a mutual matrimony between fixed air and mutable fire. As they cloud in one another's rainbow, when push comes to shove, the archer can counterbalance Libra's equilibrium for life through love.
Okay, now that sounds like you said Libra. That was an Aquarius and a Sagittarius. That's what you were reading?
I'm sorry, I made the wrong. Yeah, I was reading Sagittarius and Aquarius. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no,
Uh,
no, 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 no harm done.
okay,
So, in other words, if you read Aquarius to Sagittarius or Sagittarius to Aquarius, it's about one and the same, right? I would imagine.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me now. This one is Carrie Jade. Okay, so I'm gonna read this one for you. Uh,
Okay.
you got Sagittarius, November 22nd through December the 21st. As a kindred spirit and a lifelong friend, you were born on the wings of the wind. Though you are honest, open, and forthright, you have a need to be as free as a bird in flight. With a happy go lucky heart and a soul on fire, your innate need to know is your heart's desire. And though your sweet honesty is blunt but bittersweet, you'll never let any grass grow under your feet.
Mm,
The only kind of love you can have and hold is the one that touches but never clings to the soul. To some, you seem too carefree to care. To others, you're a welcome change, a breath of fresh air. For you, a big picture is always the bottom line, because too much details can bore you out of your mind. Yet, whether married, divorced, or single, as a party animal, you love to mix and mingle. As long as there are no strings attached, first class friendships is but a perfect match. And for the love of life, laughter, and sheer fun. A sense of adventure is second to none. So that's what he says about you as a Sagittarius. And by the way, you're born on the 23rd of the month. So you are a blend of air and fire. Actually, you're a fire sign with an air number. So
Mhm.
this year is about change and the fact that it matches your date of birth. Corey, that means that this should be a very, very interesting year for you. So let's go. I'm going to go down to the other section of this.
Mhm.
And let's see. This is, let me see. Delise says she thought she was an Aquarius, not a Libra. Um, I don't know. I don't know where she got that from. Because you didn't read her yet.
Mhm.
Not that I see of. Okay, let's see. Here's another one.
Okay.
Now, this is where both partners are both Tauruses. So,
Oh,
what do you say to that, my friend? One is May 8th and the other is May 5th. That should be interesting. Taurus to Taurus.
Taurus and Taurus. I say that's the emperor and the general.
That's the emperor and the general. Okay.
Yeah, Taurus and Taurus. Um, One Taurus to another can be the other's bliss, as sole providers of each other's love and happiness. The bull and you both is helplessly headstrong, when they need to be right, even when you're wrong. The bull's eye for beauty is something you can't ignore, because the best of everything is well worth waiting for. With an innate code of wrong and right, you can boss one another without, and you can't boss the bull without a fight. But one or the other gotta have it on their own way, because the bull is still a bull at the end of the day. Security conscious bulls are blessed by luck to know how to hold each other and to know how to hold on to a buck on a rainy day. Doing things one step at a time is nothing new. They don't do nothing until they get ready, good and ready to. Change is not Change is not towards the bull's best friend, but the value of insight is the next of kin. One to another is Mr. and Mrs. Right, can be different as day and night. But even with their backs up against the wall, once committed, they're in for the long haul.
All
Taurus.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Taurus and Tauruses, that they must, on a bad day, that must be an interesting situation. And although they're both Tauruses, which are earth signs, she is a Taurus. She's an earth sign,
Mm-hmm.
and he is a earth sign with an air number.
Mm-hmm.
So she's earth with an earth number, and he's a earth sign with an air number. And normally fives and eights are oppositional, which means that if they came to me and asked me, would this be a marriage made in heaven? I'd say not without some challenges. But then again, I don't care who it is, whether they have the most harmonious signs or the most harmonious numbers, there's always going to be a little tension along the way. But when you got two Tauruses having a bad day at the same time, that would be interesting to see as you explain, because
But
the books don't like to be bossed.
but you had that eight there too. So that would be Capricorn. Is that right? That's a
Yes,
Capricorn.
yes, and that's an earth number, and
Yeah.
so as long as there are other earths, so with her, she could attract not only other Tauruses but Virgos and Capricorns especially
Other
too.
Earth, other Earth, yeah, signs
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. So her numbers would be the 8, 6, and 3, and his numbers would be the 5, 6, and 5, 6, and 9. So the
Mm-hmm.
number that they have in common to me would be the 6. So they may have gotten married in May, the birthday month, or on Libra, or met on a Friday, or married on the 6th, the 15th, or the 21st. So went to City Hall. Did you know in city the at most cities across the country, they will tell you that Fridays is the most busiest day for people coming in and getting married or signing their marriage certificates.
Why
But
is that?
Friday is ruled by the number 6, which 6 is ruled by Venus. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what that is, and that's my rationale, because I
Mm-hmm.
know here in the city, most of them, I've gone to a couple of city hall weddings, mostly on a Friday, and when I asked one of them, they said that most people always come in on a Friday. I guess it's to start the weekend off right, but I know Friday rules number 6, and 6 rules Venus, and Venus rules love and marriage, and things
Right.
of that nature. So maybe that's it. That's
Mm,
all theory. No, nothing scientific, just my observations. So
mm.
let's go back here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, we got another one here. Speaking of Capricorn, this is a Capricorn and her man is a Pisces. So
Oh,
why look that up? So it's Capricorn, your sign, and a Pisces. So what I'm seeing is they both earth and water, which is good.
yes.
She is a earth sign with a water number. He is a water sign with a fire number. So that should be interesting. What do you say about this combination?
Capricorn and Pisces, as one born under the sign of the self-made soul. What Capricorn craves is power to have and to hold, and showing compassion for the needs of everyone else. Pisces' purpose is to seek the call of the higher self. At times, these two can be worlds apart, but both have all it takes to love from the heart. So more than words, love and lust can express. Making love and being in love for these two is love at its best. When in faith, um, when in faith divine, wisdom is a must. Pisces can teach Capricorn how the value of trust. If the fish and the goat ride the same wavelength, they can help. They can't help but be one another's strength. Capricorn keeps their inner drive locked away inside. The Pisces' sense of intuition is a life guide. Love, affection, and romance is Pisces' middle name, but love and sex for Capricorn is one and the same. For these two to keep each other's heart and mind, both need to say what they feel, both what they both feel at the same time. These two have a healing effect on each other's soul that's so profound it will never grow old.
All right, good, good. And so for Strawberry 1955,
Mhm,
they happen to be in a six personal year, a year for love, marriage, uh, things of that nature. Yes, she's born in 1955. But let
mhm,
me tell you this one thing I have found out: as long as you live and breathe, there's always going to be room for loves and emotional affections. I thought that you stop getting involved romantically at a certain age, like when you're young and whatnot. But as long as there's life, there's always the feeling of affections. And I guess that's how it's designed to have us drawn to each other. And what's interesting is the fact that he is a Pisces, which is water, and
mhm.
she is earth. But there will be times because of that water fire combination, there will be kind of paradoxical because with water, there will be sometimes moods, but then when there's fire, there'll be just passion and they got to knock over everything. And in fact, this is the same day as Harry Belafonte. That was his birthday on
Mm,
March the 1st,
mm.
by the way. Anyway,
Wow.
so let's see who else we got here. Let me go the other way and see what we got. Um,
Mhm.
I think, did we read a Cancer already?
Uh, I think we read Cancer by itself.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Thanks, King. I wish I had a partner for you all to read me. I know that's right. Well, I'll read Applicants a second. You are a water sign with an air number, which means you are sensitive, intuitive, yet bright, engaging, multifaceted. It also means you would have a nature for home, yet a love for travel and freedom. So whoever's in your life, it's nice to provide that affection, but at the same time, go out, give you room to breathe and things of that nature. But your key numbers are the 5, 2, and 7, and Wednesdays and Mondays are your best days. All righty. Okay, so let's see. Strawberry 55 says, thank you, gentlemen. You're welcome, Miss Strawberry 1955. All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, what else can we get here? Um, we did Sagittarius.
Mhm.
Um, we did Aquarius. Okay. Now, wow, this is interesting. Um, and this person is. We read the Leo lady. There's two fly. Now she included her friend as a Leo. So I
Okay.
would imagine Leos and Leos are like Tauruses and Tauruses because with the Taurus, they are king of the pastures, and with the Lion, they're king of the jungle. So when you got both of them together as Leo couples or Taurus couples, I can say offhand they're very strong-willed. But since we read you to Fly Girl, we're gonna take somebody else. Let's see what we got here. Okay, now this is interesting. This is co-colors. They said she has two.
Okay.
And okay, you're so lucky. Anyway, I'm only kidding. She's born on the 29th of June. The first guy is June the 19th. The other one is March the 25th. By descendant, my descendant, she must mean ascendant is Libra, if that helps. Okay, well, if it's ascendant, that means that Libra, the areas would be somewhat oppositional to your ascendant sign. So we did Cancer. Did we do Gemini?
No, we didn't do Gemini.
Okay, here's what we do. Since we did, let's do a Cancer with
Okay.
an Aries.
Cancer
Cancer
and Aries.
with Aries, yes. So we're gonna do her with the other one. Although I would imagine the first one is her main choice.
Okay. Cancer with Aries.
Yes.
Though the Ram rules, the first house of me, myself, and I, the crab rules the house of things money can't buy. To be perfectly upfront, honest, and downright frank, comfort and security is a crab is like money in the bank. For Aries, it's their will to always have it their way because everything is a big challenge or a power play. From one to another, in the name of sex and love, there's enough passion in both to light up a light bulb. Cancer's sixth sense and mystic instinct is ocean deep and could help a ram stop to look before they leap. The ram will never be a fish or anybody on anybody's hook. A crab can be a ram's every move, I'm sorry, a crab can read a ram's every move like a book. For better or for what could be worse, cancer come, come what may, family comes first. The mere thought of insult makes a crab cold yet hot. To a moonchild, everything's personal, even when it's not. A ram's brash, whirlwind challenge and a taste for love can cut cancer to the core if or when push comes to shove. A ram and the crab can turn midnight into day if they can learn to meet each other at least halfway.
Good, good. And let me say this too. Looking at the two choices, co-colors,
Mhm.
I would say that you might wind up with the one that is March the 25th, although astrologically it would go against the rules, but looking at the numbers, your key numbers from your birthday of June the 29th would be the 2, 7, and 6.
Mhm.
And the person born on March the 25th, their numbers would be the 7, 2, and 6. So numerically speaking, they would be, I think they would find that one the better one, so to speak,
Mhm.
because both the two, her number is ruled by the moon, the full moon, and his number, which is a 7, is also ruled by the new moon, where the one on the 19th is ruled by the sun, which means he does not take orders from anyone. Anyway, um, okay, that's hanging out with you. Anyway, somebody sent me this. They want to know about a Taurus and a Virgo. So I'm going to read this one. I'm going to try to
Okay.
do this like you do. All right. This is a Taurus and a Virgo. A bull was made to protect and provide. The love Virgo's heart can't begin to hide. As both smell the roses of sweet temptation, you will enjoy the journey as much as the destination. For Virgo's hypocrisy in the midst of romance says it's over and done without a second chance. Though Virgos want to do everything to perfection, a bull can't live without love and affection. For both intimacy at the end of the day must be more than all work and no play. The bull is sometimes as bossy as can be, but they both find it hard to forgive infidelity. Making one another's hearts home sweet home. It's easy to do when the trust is the cornerstone. One expects privacy to be handled with care, but pettiness is more than the other can bear. Appreciation and love that is truly felt is enough to make each other's heart melt. But there can be no roses without thorns when the Virgo takes the bull by the horns. All right. Okay, good. Let's find somebody else now. Okay. There we go. Okay. Um, this person is Aquarius.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read Aquarius because I'm an Aquarius. I'm a little partial
Oh,
to that. Okay. Um, I mean, these read so well, Danny. I mean, it's
thank
just, and who did the illustrations? The illustrations are
yes.
like awesome.
Yeah, let me talk about the illustration. The illustrations were done actually back in the 90s. I have another friend of mine. His name is Protein. Her name is Protein Gabriel. She introduced me to an artist here in Washington, D.C., and he had done some other pieces for me. And so she said to me, she said, well, since you're doing all these, working on these astral signs, she said, you need to get Eric to do all of them at one time. And so his name is Eric Malo, and he's deceased, but he was a fantastic artist, great artist.
Yeah, you
And
should see the artwork for all these signs as it goes into it. It is something else, you know.
he's so I've had these for many years, Lord.
I know you had all these. I mean,
Yeah,
I've been knowing you since the early 90s and you've
yeah,
been sending me stuff since then. And you still create. I think you just did one on June 19th too, you
yes.
know. So I mean, there's a lot of things. Well, I'm gonna read my sign, and this is for all Aquarians in the room. All righty. To
Okay.
some, you're loony, tuned, but from another planet, but others know the truth, some merely take for granted. From your head all the way to your soul, you're a people person with a heart of pure gold. Though you are thoughtful, loyal, caring, and kind, you need a partner who can first make love to your mind. And as one who can not be bought or sold, you are a drum major of a free spirit soul. The welfare of the world is your social concern, but relating one to another is a lesson yet to be learned. A love that moves the heart but never clings to the soul is love that will always make you feel whole. You are non-judgeable. You are non-judgmental when agreeing to disagree, despite your fear of failure and emotional vulnerability. Love may not be sex, and sex may not be love, but caring acts of intimacy are the things people are made of. For no matter how genius, different, or simply strange, you like being on the cutting edge of creative change. And as one who can not be bought or sold, you are a drum major of a free spirit soul. I say that sounds somewhat like me. Yeah, somewhat. The Looney Park, you know what I'm saying? So anyway,
Yeah,
it's just different, that's all. But every sign brings to the table its uniqueness. See,
yes.
this is what it is. And then when you combine with the numbers and whatnot. Well, let me ask you this. When
Mhm.
you were doing these signs, was there a set of signs that you enjoyed the most? I mean, you were partial because you're a
Mhm.
Capricorn, of course.
Well, yeah, I'm partial there. But I enjoyed them all because they were all a challenge, and so I wouldn't get bored. What I do sometimes I pull a piece of paper, cut them up, and put them in the bag and shake it up and pull one out. I said, okay, this one I'm gonna do next. There are times when I did that too.
Oh, hold up. What did you do again?
I would take little pieces of paper, cut them up. Uh, okay, if I say, well, I'm gonna work on these this week, so I would take little pieces of paper and I put those two combinations together, put them in the brown bag, shake it up, and whatever I pull out, that's the one I'm working on next.
So if you worked on an Aries and a Virgo,
I went
that's what
back,
you do next from picking out the bag?
right. I went back and forth sometimes. Yeah.
That's
So this,
interesting.
yeah, that's I mean, because I said, okay, well, if I keep going, if I keep doing Aries and Taurus and I said I might get bored. So let me. Sometimes I did that. So I would just put it in the bag and shake it up and pull one out. That's the way I would do. Sometimes,
Well,
but
no, that's the genius of your poetic prose. Okay. All I know is this is a fascinating book. Let's see who else we got here.
but let me say this, Lord. Also,
Go
when
right
I was
ahead.
I'm sorry, when I was doing this, there was a lot of notes, pages and pages and pages of notes that go with all of this.
I don't doubt it. I don't
Yeah,
doubt it. You can
all,
tell.
hundreds of pages of notes to go with it. Yeah, so it's work.
Well, I
Yeah.
would say it's work that was well worth it. Now here I've got Spiritual Awakening 44. They are a a Pisces, and a Taurus. Well, this this is borderline. I think Taurus in your description goes up until what? April 21st to May what?
Taurus. 1 second.
Because this person born on May
Yeah,
the
April
April,
20th. 20th.
April what?
April 20th to May 20th. Taurus, right?
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yes.
So this person would therefore practically be a see, because people are born on the 20, 21st, 22nd, which means they got a foot in the sign they're about to leave and a foot in the sign they're about to go to, which is why astrologers need to know not only the year, but the location and the time you were born. So some Tauruses can go up to as late as the 22nd.
Okay.
So my sense is we're going to take Pisces and Taurus. All right.
Okay.
And spiritual awakening 44, correct me if I'm wrong later, please. Okay.
Okay.
So she's
Taurus.
born on the 25th of February, which makes her Pisces, and the partner is born on the 22nd of April, which is Taurus.
Okay. Taurus and Pisces. This can be a happy ever after combination indeed. When both have what each of to the other needs. Pisces with Taurus is a soulmate duet. Needs to know that what you see is what you get. And though they may not hold a grudge for long, Bull has a need to be right even when they're wrong. Pisces can drift away on a dream for all they're worth, but Taurus can keep Pisces anchored down to earth. To possess the best for Taurus is a taste of honey, but never come between a bull and their money.
I would say that's true.
Just as water turns deeper, just as water runs deeper than any ocean, a fish can't help but feel every emotion, every human emotion. For both can play games on each other's mind if dependency needs are not directly defined. Centrally speaking, these two live, love, and thrive to have what it takes to keep love alive. Without the drama, the hearsay, and the hype, Pisces like Taurus can be the strong silent type. So the Pisces Taurus mutual inclination is a soul to soul magnetic vibration.
All right. Good, good, good. Now I'm going to read this one for you.
Okay.
This one is in Latin 1, peace and blessings. They are born on the 25th, which makes them a Libra, and he is born on the 28th of July, which makes him a Leo. So let me go Libra and Leo, the L and L couple. Okay,
Oh, wow.
here we go. Libra, like Leo, wants to live life extra large. Libra is indecisive, but Leo likes to be in charge. An
Mm,
air of privilege that rub life the wrong way will upset the balance of love's power play. One likes to be in love, the others love to debate. One is a drama addict, the other plays it straight. Like Joyride's playmates on a runaway train, Libras like Leo can live in the fast lane. Despite player, hater, or hearsay in a catcall, both want to be liked or loved by one and all. Leo is honest, loyal, fun loving, and proud, but to Libra, a bit too pushy, brats, and loud. With a sense of style, charm, and natural flair, they can captivate one beyond compare. Libra weighs both sides to balance how they feel, but Leo's pride at face value is all too real. Love, romance, luxury, and lifelong pleasure for a Leo and Libra is a lost found treasure. When the Venus of Libra is in woo of a Leo sun, love for life can never be again undone. All right. Okay. Good. Good.
mm,
I hope that helps you with what that is. And I know this got strong personality. 7 is very individualistic. So is the number 1.
mm.
So, okay. So let's see who we got here next, buddy.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Spiritual Awakening says, wow, thank you. And one wants to know, have you done Cancer and Pisces? Have you done Cancer and Pisces? We're going to take Lotus Love. Can we do Cancer and Pisces?
Yeah, because we haven't done Cancer and Pisces.
Okay, good.
Cancer and Pisces. Okay. Cancer and Pisces together as one. Together as one, it's as if fate's destiny is a lover's magic wand. And compassionate compatibility, there can be no stronger bond. As long as they complement one another and keep first things first, both Pisces and Cancer can be student and teacher in reverse. Pisces was born with a walk on water faith, all in their hand. Intuitive in love and life, Cancer needs a secure, detailed plan. Fish can and will change with the changes, moving night and noon. Cancer, the crab, is the introspective emotional volcano on a full moon. When water meets water in an ocean of magnetic inspiration, a crab and a fish together can be such a, curious combination. Two fish are equally secretive, sensitive, moody, and high and low. As the rise and fall of the ocean, all their inhibitions ebb and flow. Love, sex, and romance to a fish can never have a daydream can have a daydreaming impact. Lust for love, sex, and marriage to the crab is a transformative act. Though the fish and the crab can play guessing games galore, though at times it all seems like a love's romantic tug of war. If a crab can make a protective stance without being in control, they can share what they share in love and for life is made to happen to hold. A moon child knows the soul of the inner child deep within. The fish can take them both to depths they've never been. Cancer,
All
Pisces.
righty. Right. Good, good, good. My moderator, Jazz Aphrodite, says we're short of 20 likes. So if y'all can please get the likes up, please. You know what I'm saying? That would be very helpful. I want to keep my moderator happy. All righty. And they're a Taurus. So you keep Tauruses happy. All right. Y'all read a little bit about Tauruses. So please make sure y'all get it's only push some buttons, man. Tell somebody push some extra buttons. Oh, I want to read this one, if you don't mind, Danny. This is Simply Tiffany. This is a Scorpio and a Taurus, which is considered oppositional signs, right?
Yeah,
So let's see what the book says. You know what? I enjoy all these books. You know, I read from Aquarius. I read Aquarius, all the way to the end. And it was just very, very interesting how this works. So I'm going to read Scorpio and Taurus. Alrighty, where are we? Okay, did I get that right?
page 24.
No, I did it wrong. It's Scorpio and
Oh,
a Gemini. I'm sorry, it's
oh,
Scorpio and Gemini. Yeah, I got carried away. But anyway, I said I'll do it. Anyway, here we go. Um, if the twins and Scorpio accept their differences from the start, 30 degrees of a minor aspect is not enough to keep you apart. A Scorpio likes to have a plan, an ulterior motive, big or small. Twins can and will do things on a whim for the experience of it all. Gemini, as the sign of the mind, is a triplet or a quadruplet twin, though it all depends on whatever state of mind you find them in. A dove can be emotionally sadistic, and the twins don't like being bored. At times, the way they relate is like dancing on a double edged sword. The essence of being who you are together at heart is not for long. Light air, deep water can bring calm in the eye of a love storm. A Scorpio sunset in paradise is pure sexual ecstasy supreme, though erogenous sex for the twins is more mental than it may seem. Intellect and air, the emotions in water, once they combine, reflect Scorpio's intense heart and a Gemini's magnetic mind. The good, bad, and ugly in this duet can make them both numb if one is unsure where one or the other is going to or coming from. If the twins and Scorpio accept their differences from the start, 30 degrees of a minor aspect is not enough to keep you apart. Gemini rules the third house of self expression and communications. Scorpio rules the eighth house of soul, spiritual transformation. I don't know how you do this, Danny. I think this is awesome. This is awesome writings, man. I
thank you.
like this. This is how can people get your book? these
Well,
books?
well, right now it's new, so it's not on Amazon as of yet.
Yeah, let
But they
me
can.
put on the banner. Hold on, let me put on the banner so they can see how to get in touch with my good buddy,
Mhm.
Danny Queen. All right. And he's a TV producer, by the way. He's a musician, by the way. He's
Yes.
a lot of things. See, people just think you do poetry, brother, but you and I know you are a whole lot
Well,
more than that. And you're a discographer too. Okay. He went somewhere, but okay, let me put his this is hold on. How we do this? Why is it not showing? Okay, I saved. Good show. There we go. Okay, until he joins us again, this is Danny Queens. This is how you reach him. He is a author, musician, a TV producer, and a lot more. His email is drqueen@gmail.com. He's on TikTok at Daniel Queen 778. His website is poetdannyqueen.com. His Instagram is poet Danny Queen. He does have a cash app, so if y'all can support the brother, because he did this all on his own, that is at Poet Danny Queen, and his Zelle number is 202. Let me see. Let me do this different. His number is 202-251-7743. That's 202-251-7743. And get it. I think he is trying to get back. And if not, I'll pick up some and just read some of second form. I can't do it like he does, but anyway, let me do this a second. Let me take this off. And let me okay. Danny, I'm gonna until you get back on, I see you. I see your image. I just don't see where you are. Okay. This one is a Virgo. I don't think we read a Virgo separately. Okay, so this is what it says for a Virgo. Let me see what that says there. All righty. Okay, Virgo. Danny, where are you, buddy? Okay. Oh, by the way, this is the image of a Virgo. Look at it. Isn't that nice? So anyway, all right, Virgos. And this is all Virgos, not just this person, all the Virgos, okay? All right. As a loved one well worth your weight in pure gold, when you give your all, you give your soul. Though you are private, prudish, practical, and shy, you're more discriminating than a private eye. On the outside, you are calm yet busy as a bee, but on the inside, you are a raging storm of restless energy. In your need to be right, even though you're wrong, your likes and dislikes are subtle but strong. As a workaholic, busybody, much too perfect to fail, you analyze but criticize everything in great detail. To earn the key to your heart, love must forever be clean, well groomed, and dressed to a T. And as one who can be calm, collected, and cool, in your need to be needed, you ain't nobody's fool. And though you are loving, loyal, devoted, and kind, until you learn to trust falling, and love can take a lifetime. But between what you love and all that you hate, ain't no such thing as a perfect soulmate. And as a loved one well worth your weight in pure gold, when you give your all, you give your soul. All right, Virgo. So that's for you, buddy. All righty. And let's see what we're going to do. We're going to take Danny, where are you, buddy? Anyway, must have lost him. So I'm going to take this one. This is Nicole. This is a Cancer and a Leo. They're right next door to each other. So let's do that one. Cancer and Leo. All righty. This is all taken from Danny Queen's book, A Love in Full Circle. I suggest you get this book, okay? Okay, here we go for Cancer and Leo. Yes, already. As the two sun signs under fire and water, the sun and the moon, from Leo the lion to the crab is like morning, midnight, and noon. Between maybe the difference between them could be the ties that bind, as long as they're mindful of the fact that they are two of a kind. To be true to oneself is to know one likes the other is born to lead. Two hearts, two heads that work as one could be all they need. Without the warmth of the Leo sun and the crab's moonlight sunshine, there's no way a moon child and a lion can ever stand the test of time. Leo can teach the crab the value of self assurance beyond all self doubt, the art of balanced life viewed from the outside in to the outside out. Leo is loyal, sensitive, stubborn, need to be on top and proud, likes to keep up appearances, but with a sense of self that lives out loud. Cancer's honor is ever ready, innate, nurturing, creative insight that teaches Leos to live, love, and laugh without needing the spotlight. Crab's romance without finance and the sweet loving of talking trash leaves the lavish lifestyle of a lion too proud to be cautious with cash. The moody moon child, homebody, seeks stability, security, and harmony. I think we got him. A crab will give it all for the love of good friends and a close knit family. Maybe the difference between them could be the ties that bind, as long as they're mindful of the fact that they are two of a kind. All righty, so that's what we got. Danny, are you with us, buddy? Where are you, Danny? Where are you? Okay, I think he's here, and we're almost at the end of the hour anyway.
Got knocked off. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, brother. Don't you worry about it. I've had more going on than that. I've been listen. Well, we ain't gonna go through that, but I've had that too. So don't worry. So we're gonna take one more and wrap it up, Danny.
Okay.
I stood in for you just a half a second. I knew you would be back. I just finished reading a Leo and a Cancer. I read a Virgo for you. Let's
Virgo
see.
by itself.
Huh?
You read Virgo alone by itself.
Yes, Virgo by itself. Yes.
Okay.
And then I read another sign too.
Okay.
Here we go. We're going to read Libra by itself so that way we don't miss all the signs. The Virgo, Libra.
Okay.
And we did Taurus, Gemini, Aries. Okay, you do that, and then I'll do Pisces because I think we did all of them. Did Scorpio, I believe.
Libra, the scales. Though you are secretly terrified of being alone at times, you help balance everybody's life but your own. As one who is well liked, defined, diplomatic, and kind, nothing is impossible when you decide to make up your mind. Without a relationship that moves you through the core, falling in and out of love is just not. It's just like a revolving door. Love, luxury, and good looks are written all over your face because everything you do in the best of taste. As a sign of the mind, fickle but fancy free, you are much too gullible to the sweet sounds of flattery. In your search for beauty, balance, and peace of mind, you've got what it takes to love and hate at the same time. Yet, as one who is judge and jury too, you seek perfect balance in all that you do. For in truth, you would rather hurt yourself than to cause undue harm to somebody else. When it comes to appearance or image, you work the book, for you are most concerned with the way things look. So where there is no beauty for you, life is but a beast. And when there is no harmony, there can be no peace. Libra, the scales.
All right, good. I'm going to read Pisces, and you're going to end it off reading Capricorn, your sign, buddy.
All right.
Okay? All right, so that's how we're going to do. We're going to get Pisces the fish. I'm right here too, February 19th through March the 20th. The love of a lifetime is but a dream come true, for love, affection, and romance means everything to you. In your need to be needed and belong to someone is a warm, sympathetic spirit that's second to none. Though you're sensitive, timid, and sometimes shy, you do yourself a favor when you refuse to live a lie. But at times you're so busy making a house a home that you put everybody's need ahead of your own. If you give of yourself is but food for the soul, understanding the need of others is what makes you whole. Despite your moody moods and fear of being rejected, you have a complex need to be loved and protected. When you have a sense of destiny that won't let you lose, you can never find yourself through drugs and booze. If you walk on water for love and be a soft touch, you do more harm than good when you give too much. Somewhere in the timeless tale, somewhere in the timeless tall tale of faded glory, you can be a bleeding heart with a hard luck story. But as a child at play in the theater of the mind, your wisdom of the spirit is like none of a kind. Okay, and then we end with your sign, buddy.
Capricorn, the goat, December 22nd, January 19th. Since you were knee-high to a day-old pup, always knew what you wanted to be when you grew up. With strength of character, common sense, and self-control, you are the young elder in the body of the soul. Yet, you feel you can't depend on anybody else to do for you what you can better do for yourself. Your serious workaholic nature is like a work of art with a sense of humor that's straight from the heart. You can be blunt, bossy, and downright rude. And sometimes you can have the know-it-all attitude. But to get what you want, you pour out your soul. And when push comes to shove, you never give up on your goals. Though you are truly close to those but a chosen few, you are not the best judge of character in all that you do. Without security, love, and personal finance, for you, there can be no lifelong romance. For your labor of love is the love of life, but the pain of rejection can cut like a knife. Yet, in terms of power, you never settle for less than stability, security, and sweet success. Capricorn, the goat.
Now, how did you feel writing about yourself? And did you say that's me or what?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was kind of interesting writing about myself because I wanted to make sure it was balanced. I didn't want
Makes
to be
sense.
because I try to look at of course, the negative and the positive because we all have negative traits, and
Sure, sure.
it was harder for me because I was like, okay, well, am I really like that? Yeah. But yeah, it was a challenge indeed.
Well, most Capricorns are tenacious. I would say you described that part very well. Very, very well. So, Danny, I want to thank you. And at the bottom of the screen, you see how to get in touch with Danny Queen, author, musician, TV producer, and just a wonderful human being. And really, as I said in the introduction, I called you a poet extraordinaire because, I
Thank
mean,
you.
some of the things you've sent me, I mean, years back I've got, because I remember doing a show in Washington, D.C. on WKYS radio. And I did something, I said, yeah, the sand, the sea, and the sun. And you sent me a poem about 2 weeks later called The Sand, the Sea, and the Sun. So you just,
Well, you told me at that time I was in the number 7 year, and you said you need to get away, go to an island or something, and take a break because Capricorns are workaholics, and
yes, I know.
you wrote at the top of the paper sun, sand, and sea, and you said I was in the 7 year, and so to me that meant okay, I need to get away and do some other things to relax because Capricorns can be workaholics, and
They are.
that's where the title came from.
All right, good, good. I'm glad you got me straight. I mean, we've been knowing each other for forever,
Yeah,
but this is how you get in touch with Danny Queen. And please support his work with the Cash App at Poet Danny Queen. And his Zelle number is, give your Zelle number again.
202-251-7743.
Repeat it slowly for those that have to go get a pen or pencil, please.
202-251-7743.
Now, how can people get a hold of this amazing book?
Well, you can reach me through my email right now because it's like I said, it's brand new and I haven't been really busy. I haven't had a chance to put it up on Amazon, but they can reach me through my email, drqquen@gmail.com.
And the book sells for $25.95.
Yes.
Am I correct? $25.95, and maybe you'll got to put a little couple of dollars in for postage. I don't know, but this
Yeah.
is how you get into it. Danny, thank you very, very much, man. This was fun. This was fun. And I think you said the other day you sold about some lady bought about 10 books, and another
Yeah.
person. I know
Yeah.
I ordered 3. I know
Yeah.
I've ordered 3.
Yeah, we've done very well since Wednesday when it came out. And in fact, I've been running every day, just really putting a lot of work in. Yeah, I put a lot of work in it to create it.
Well, I would say as long as man don't blow itself to kingdom come, and there's the literary field still in existence, so will this book be too. You know what I'm saying?
They're not going to burn my book, Lord.
What'd you say?
Burn my book. No, banning books and stuff, but no, it's a beautiful book, and I put my heart and soul into it.
Yeah, well, you can ban something, but you can never stop the truth. So I don't care how you do it. I don't care how you do it. Obviously, certain people don't understand the laws of the universe.
Yes.
And if there's certain things you just cannot hide. That's what Joe Lewis said to Taurus. You can run, but you can't hide.
Yes, that's true.
How that is, okay?
Brother.
So anyway, Danny, God bless you. You take good care of yourself. And by the way, I'm just going to make a couple of announcements. And Danny, we will talk soon, my friend. Okay.
Brother, I thank you for this opportunity.
You're more than welcome, buddy. You're more than welcome. So, everybody, I want to thank you. I want to thank my very special guest, Danny Queen. He's Daniel L. Queen, by the way. No, Daniel R. Queen. Let me get that straight. Thank you. And I just want to let you know a couple of things that this segment was brought to you by. Hold on, let me get this straight now. Today's segment was brought to you by the Sisters of the Traveling Spread. So please go to stshealing.com. That's stshealing.com. And make sure you call or log on and put in your deposit or make a commitment to join us in New Orleans on August the 17th through the 20th. I do want to let you know that. And by the way, this is Danny Queen's book for those of you. Where we go? Here we go. There we go. That's Danny Queen's book. It's called Love in Full Circle and Astrological Love Poems. And it took him years. I mean, just the way he put his words together. And then they got to mean something for those signs and people that do that. And this is also another picture of the illustrations of his books. I mean, the artist, bless his soul, Eric Marlowe, is no longer on this planet, but in spirit and his artwork will live on forever. This coming Wednesday, I'm going to have Sister Oracle on. Okay, she is the tarot lady. This is my beautiful Gemini lady. She just had a birthday, so happy belated birthday to this beautiful lady. Let you know that there's a 24-hour sale on my course. Okay, so please take advantage of it. If you wait till tomorrow, you got to pay full price unless you feel in that kind of way. But since most people now got to be frugal, take advantage while all these courses are on sale and get the whole bunch of them now. The Learn from Lloyd series, How to Read a Person Like a Book, The Next Step in Numerology, and the Do's and Don'ts of Numerology. Okay, please do that. Also, please sign up for the free monthly June newsletter. Okay. And boy, the year is going by fast. I mean, we're almost at the halfway point of 2023, and it just seems like we got out the gate. For those that would like to see my audiobook, if they don't like to read or they're in travel or just relaxing, it is a 15% discount, or just go to Lloyd-Strayhorn, log on when you enter to purchase the book. There will be a coupon code that says $826. No, it's not $826 for those that might think it is that. It is not. That is just the code to allow you to take advantage of the 15% discount. For those also who like the show, Danny Queen will be on later on, because I have a Numbers in You podcast where people can actually see the show, or listen to the show, I should say. And I got to let you know that that my Star 8 app is now available on, it is available on Android, which it has been. And for all of you who signed up, it is so nice. I'm trying to answer it. And by the way, my Where the Moon Is that I do on Instagram is now going into each and every one's mailbox who subscribe. So you have a daily feed of what's going on with that. And also, it is now available for the Apple users as well. So all you got to do is go to my website, astar8.com. That's astar8.com. And you'll see that you have an option to click on. You see it right there, whether it's on a Google app or an Apple phone. You can be able to download it. So that's all I want to do. I want to thank everybody very, very much for that. And don't forget, this Wednesday, in a couple of days, my girl, Miss Oracle T, will be joining us. So everybody, I do want to thank you very much. And especially to my guest, Danny Queen. We've been knowing each other for a minute, okay? And he's amazing. And he is so much more than what you see. I'm telling you, y'all, when they talk about you can't judge a book by a cover, that's my buddy, Danny Queen. You cannot judge him. The things he's done is absolutely amazing. And he's a historian too. He's a discographer. He's recorded countless historians that we now read in the history books, like Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Ben Yekinen, Dr. John Henry Clark. I mean, it's like, y'all got to talk to this guy, okay? That's all I'm telling you. Anyway, Everybody, you'll have a very blessed day. Thank you so, so much for joining. And for those of you, y'all better get those likes up because I got to explain to my, you know, my moderator why. So y'all got to get that up, okay? So thank you very much. Have a blessed day. Until then.